Welcome. My name is WriterMaven. I talk all things Judgment Day, Dom, Liv, Raquel, Carlito, JD, Finn. Then talk about Damien and Rhea as well. Um, I'm talking about Smackdown because of the implications of what it can happen towards Liv and Raquel. Also, Naomi's my ride or die, so I have to talk about her. Um, Starting off, I have to take my victory lap again, because I called it from the beginning. Naomi did it. And I believe what happened tonight on SmackDown was Bianca's exit from the story. Now, I really don't like that Bianca is exiting because she should be more involved with this, but and Naomi might still be, and she still might be involved in the future, but I think this is more of an active exit for Bianca right now from the storyline. But yes, I'm taking the victory lap because Naomi did it. I said it from the beginning. Naomi did that shit, and she did that shit. But the promo was amazing. I'm tired of crowds always whatting the women just because they're trying to get something going. Like, it wasn't even boring when when the crowd was doing the what chants. And Stone Cold, I will hate you for with every fiber of my being for introducing that what chant into the common parlance for wrestling fans, because it just gets so annoying that anytime any promo tries to get going, there's a what chant. I'm tired of it. But I digress. But the promo was amazing. We had Bianca out there who calls Naomi to the ring. He's asking if Naomi did it. And then I knew it was going to be Naomi when she started dancing around the answer. Like, she didn't want to answer Bianca directly until Bianca forced her to say that she did it. Now, the reasons why Naomi did it make sense, as it usually does make sense with heels, because she said that she felt Jay was riding on Bianca's coattails, and how people always turn her back on Naomi for trying to stand up for herself. And that's usually what happens. But there's also some other things that's going on as well. I've talked about how Naomi has been like a third wheel. Like, she pretty much was the one that was defending Bianca in the beginning. If you go all the way to back to last year, it was Naomi defending Bianca from Damage Control's attacks until Jade entered, and then as soon as Jade entered after WrestleMania, Naomi was on the outside looking in. She she was only there to be a third, or if the odds were against Bianca and Jade, then she would come out and help, and usually get whooped up, and then they would make it a trio a little bit, and then after that little trio, then Naomi would exit again. But it was always Naomi coming to the rescue. And then sometimes when they didn't even when they needed a third, they wouldn't include Naomi in that third, like when they went down to NXT to join up with Kiana James. So it was like Kiana got to be a third with Bianca and Jade in NXT against Fatal Influence, but Naomi couldn't get that spot again. So Naomi was right in her promo. But I saw that 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 healness come out after her desperation, because when Bianca was crying and walking off, you saw her slip into that team bad Naomi. And if you know, you know. Go back and watch when Naomi first turned heel years ago, when it was her and Tamina, and then they added Sasha Banks. Now Mercedes Monet. She slipped back into that team bad Naomi, and she called Bianca an ungrateful bitch. So that's the heel turn right there. And that prompted Jade. This getting Jade out because she pulls up and then whips on Naomi. I really did not like Jade just jumping Naomi and laying her flat out like that. I didn't like Bianca. I'm sorry. I didn't like Jade just laying out Naomi like that. But Naomi was still kind of injured, so it kind of makes sense. But I kind of wish that just Naomi had just ran away for right now. Because what are you going to do afterwards? I guess Naomi can come back and attack Jade, and that's what I'm hoping is what happens in the coming week, because it's got to kick in. Now, still see people still trying to force Bianca into this heel role like she's a mastermind. But I'm gonna tell you why I don't think Bianca is any kind of mastermind. First and foremost, if Bianca was a mastermind, I think Naomi would be phrasing things a lot better. Remember, as I've always said with the Liv and Dom storyline from last year, word choice matters. Naomi says that I attacked Jade. And at that point, I would think Naomi would be saying like, we went in on this together. It was more like when Naomi was pleading for Bianca, it was more for Naomi to justify her actions. There was nothing that indicated that Bianca had influenced Naomi to attack Jade or that Bianca was in on it. I don't see that right now. There hasn't been any hints to that. People were just trying to force it where it was Bianca so she could turn heel, but I don't think Bianca's going to be turning heel, which means that match at WrestleMania between Iyo and Bianca is going to be face versus face, unless somebody gets entered into that. And I really think that's going to be Liv or Rhea. So I think it might end up being a triple threat or a fatal four way at WrestleMania at this moment. Don't believe the card for the Women's World Championship just yet. I mean, yeah, they're going to throw it up there as Iyo versus Bianca, but don't. It's not set in stone just yet because right now it's face versus face versus Iyo and Bianca. They need some kind of heel in there, and I really don't think that's going to be Rhea. I've kind of wanted to do like a this dissection of the Rhea promo from this past Raw, and I might do that maybe. I might do that tomorrow, where I talk about it and how I can advocate for Rhea not being in the championship match. But that's probably for tomorrow. I'll probably do another live tomorrow and talk about it. But I believe this promo set up Bianca as an active exit from the storyline. It irritates me because I really think it should have been Jade, Bianca, and Naomi, but I think this is just the exit for Bianca. She exit out, and now we're going to focus in on Naomi and Jade. Jakara Jackson posted on the X, "The truth shall set you free." I'm really hoping the Meta Girls come up to back up Naomi because I think Naomi needs that little group. And the Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson aren't doing anything in NXT right now. They keep losing the tag team matches in NXT, and they're not really doing anything with Metaphor. So this could be their opportunity to get brought in onto the main roster and help Naomi out. But like I said, I really don't think Bianca orchestrated it because I think the word choice would have been different. We would have had Naomi be like, we agreed on this, or if they didn't want to fully like commit, like say it, like there would have been word choices that indicated that. And no, Bianca just wearing black, just like Naomi, doesn't mean that she's still in on it. Because black could indicate the death of a friendship. And it wasn't like Bianca was wearing straight black anyway. She had like some white in it. And it was Naomi who was straight black. And then it was Jade that was white. So just because Bianca's wearing black doesn't mean that she was in on it. Like I said, I would need more clues, more hints that it was Bianca in on it or masterminding it. And I really think that people were just trying to force it so she could be healed, but I don't think Bianca can be healed. Not at this moment. I know Montez Ford is leaning heel, but I really don't think that Bianca can be a heel at this moment. You heard the pop. Naomi was getting some chance too, but Naomi's been stuck in that faithful role for a long time, and a heel turn makes more sense with her history than Bianca at this point. Like Naomi's been face for years. Bianca hasn't really had that, and she kind of had her heelish run in NXT, so it's not like Bianca is stale as a face. But like I said, I think Bianca's exiting out, and it's gonna be Naomi versus Jade. Now, I'm not sure how they're going to do this at WrestleMania. I do think They should have had this Naomi running away, like I said. But I'm hoping like probably next week or sometime, we're gonna have Jade like get attacked by Naomi, something like that, some kind of scrap or something like that. Because I'm not sure what they can do after this point because Jade's knocked her out. Because what can is Jade just gonna come out and talk shit and then Naomi comes out again? They could probably do that. Hopefully, we get some continuation next week. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take my victory lap. As for Iyo versus Bianca, like I touched on earlier, I do think they got to insert a heel into this match. It can't just be Iyo straight up. It can't be Bianca straight up because that's gonna be boring. I know Bianca has like this turmoil with Naomi and Jade and what happened with her, but that's internal conflict, and it's not even something that involves Iyo. That's internal no, not really internal. It's more external conflict. That's something that's not doing with Iyo, and are they just gonna be like, I respect you for the next 6 months? Somebody else has to get inserted into this match, and it's gotta make sense for the story. That's why I said that Liv should have been in there for the story, and I think she is going to be in there for the story because, like I said, she's beaten Iyo, she's beaten Rhea, and she's beaten Bianca. So she has claims to fame and pins and wins against all of them. So she can claim it. And then she can even use this. Like she could even like force her way into this saying like, hey, I was blackmailed by this and I could use a title match as compensation. She can do that too. But she can make a strong case for being included because she never got a rematch. At least Nia right now, even though they did a really jacked up way of her getting a rematch against Tiffany, at least Nia got a rematch against Tiffany. Liv hasn't. So she can ask for a rematch for her title too. We'll see what comes up on Raw this coming up Monday. Um and with Rhea, I'll probably talk about this tomorrow. Like with Rhea, I'm almost saying like she needs to be out of that title match because if you're going to do some growth with her, she should be right back in there with the title, unless she's just in there to eat the pin. But I'll talk about that probably tomorrow. Um, Other things, Dawn lost on speed, like the semifinal, and people were complaining about it. And I'm like, look, first of all, y'all didn't want Dom on speed. And then he had a great match on speed, and then y'all talk about the speed championship, and then he loses, and then y'all bitch about him losing. Like, make up your mind. Like, a loss on speed doesn't matter much. People don't really watch speed, and those that pay attention to speed, you don't see the speed titles on TV. And I'd rather have Dom lose on speed than lose it to like Braun Breaker on Raw. There's a difference. Like, given the choice of losing on speed or losing on Raw against Braun Breaker, I'm taking the speed loss. Yeah, I'm kind of getting annoyed with people just bitching regarding that because look, it's speed. He got to have his match, and it's pretty good. And you can't just say, well, he can't even win on speed because a lot of people have lost on speed. Braun Breaker has lost on speed. Sheamus has lost on speed. Iyo, Naomi. There's a lot of different people that have lost on speed. So, it's going to be, everybody's going to lose on speed just due to the format of speed. So, it's no biggie that Dom lost there. Now, if he's starting to lose on Monday against Braun, then we can bitch about that because that's something major. You know, he lost to Braun. That's different than on speed. It's me. Speaking of Dom and Braun, people are saying that they're thinking it's going to be Finn versus Braun on Monday Night Raw, and I haven't seen any announcements of that yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets announced maybe tomorrow or Sunday. I'm going to be on the lookout for that. And if it happens, like announcements on I'm hoping they announce it on Saturday if they do anything, just so I can talk about it on Saturday. But if not, I might have to pop up on Sunday just to talk about it too, like a Raw preview. But Finn and Braun haven't been announced yet. So we still have that continuation of Dom Braun and Braun and Finn on there. And then I'm probably gonna be talking about some other stuff tomorrow as well on tomorrow. Talk about Rhea and talking about her. So what I'm planning on for tomorrow is Rhea and how her promo is too little, too late for me to feel sorry for her, but they can use this as a stepping stone and why she shouldn't be in the WrestleMania match if they want to build on that. I want to talk about Karrion Kross talking to Dom and my theories on what could be happening there. Um, probably talk about Chad Gable too a little bit. If we get any announcements for Raw, we can talk about that as well. But that's just like our tea session. That's gonna be tomorrow. But let me talk about. I'm gonna go up and answer some questions. But yeah, I loved the Naomi promo. She was really desperate about it. You saw the heelness come out. She called Bianca an ungrateful bitch. So that just severed everything right there. Like, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Naomi caught Bianca at WrestleMania. Like, she can be in there. Like, she fights up against Jade, and then she goes and costs Bianca at WrestleMania just because Bianca was ungrateful for what she did. So I can see that happening. But anywho, let's go answer some questions. No, you said that maybe Naomi would get involved, costing Bianca the title. Yeah, I just said that. Like, I think she can get involved. Like, she could take out Bianca to, cost Bianca the title just because of how Bianca acted toward her. Like, Bianca didn't understand where Naomi was coming from. And like Naomi said in her promo, like, she's always, when she tries to stick up for herself, people just turn their back on her. And it's true. If you look at her whole 10 plus year history in the WWE, that's been the case. And like I said, the best heel turns are always the heel turns that have truth to it. And you can just go back to look at Naomi's history to see that has been true. Yeah. 97 said, I heard rumors it could be Iyo, Bianca versus Rhea. If you're talking about that Wrestle Votes thing, that is just speculation at this point. Remember, the dirt sheets have been way off this WrestleMania season, so I wouldn't put it with a huge grain of salt. I do know that a lot of Liv fans were crashing out about it, and I won't crash about it until it's like me really official just yet, because right now we still have some weeks for that to be tweaked. But um, but if it is Iyo, Bianca, and Rhea, then I'll be pissed off because Liv was pretty much used to build up that match, and that's the same situation she's been in since last year and the year before that, and that needs to stop. Like, you need to give her flowers now and her WrestleMania match now. Like, Triple H was praising her on one of these recent interviews, and I'm still saying action, words without actions are just words. He has to put his money where he needs to put his money where his mouth is when it comes to Liv. And, if she's gonna get on the card, she needs to get on that card. At this point, she should be in the title picture. Whether she wins or loses, I don't know. I don't care. I want her to win, but she needs to be in that title match, especially if you got Raquel talking about the IC. And that's why I keep thinking right now is, why would Raquel bring up the IC title if they're just going to go tag? Because look right now at the tag situation for the women. There is no tag division. Who would Raquel and Liv go up against right now at WrestleMania for the tag titles? And don't say Alexa and Nikki, because they weren't even on SmackDown today. I didn't see them. Did anybody see Alexa tonight on SmackDown? I don't think I saw her. I don't think they were even mentioned. No Wyatt Six, no Alexa, no Nikki Cross. Now they could probably pop up later on, but still, you're still taking away build for a tag team if you're trying to go that direction. Like right now, this is the time where you need to be starting to form some tag teams. Right there's no tag team. Who would Liv and Raquel fight? There's Party Girls, but they haven't been seen. You had Michin and Bay Fab kind of having a little group, and they could probably do something, but they're losing, and they haven't even mentioned like going after the tag titles. You have Shayna and Zoe, but you haven't really seen them at all. So there's nobody right now. If we pull up WrestleMania right now, there's nobody for Liv and Raquel to face for the tag titles. So right now, it's going to look like they are not defended at WrestleMania, and they'll probably try to have a defense of probably the IC and probably the United States Championships at WrestleMania. Excuse me, but right now, I don't see the tag titles being defended. They can do a lot of makeshift teams if they wanted to, but it would just be like throwing people on the card. And I think Naomi and even Raquel deserve better than just something getting thrown on the card just to get them on the card. I would want her on the card, but that's just such haphazard, and I kind of don't put it past Triple H to do that. But still, right now they need to get that on the ball. They need to get that ball rolling. Like I said, I don't think Raquel would be mentioning IC if there wasn't even like any kind of writing hint towards that. You have to watch for all that stuff. And then Liv mentioned beating everybody. Like if they had not mentioned that on this past Monday Night Raw, then I could see, okay, yeah, they're going to be doing something with tag. But that's you gotta they planted something right there with Liv and Raquel talking about it on Raw this past Raw. I don't know. Who are you? Sim said just happy that Rhea didn't blame anyone in her promo. She just said that she has no friends. And I'm like, whose fault is that? Like I said, I'm going to break down this promo probably tomorrow and just give my thoughts on it because somebody had put out a really interesting thing. Like, you have no friends, but look at how you treated your friends. You had friends and you treated them horribly. Barbie Girl says, you think Bianca will apologize to Liv Raquel? She should. If she's the face, and I think she is, then she should be apologizing to Liv. And if she doesn't, that's going to be very annoying because Liv got dragged and beat up over you believing Naomi. So she should apologize. He says, I wonder what would happen with Bianca and Jade now that the truth is out. I would think Jade would be a little bit annoyed with Bianca just for not checking up on her, but maybe they'll just treat it like Jade thinks that Naomi pulled the wool over Bianca's eyes or something. 97 said, well, I hope the Y6 start doing something soon since Bill Dallas is back. I want them to do something, but they need to do that on SmackDown and away from the Judgment Day. I don't want them anywhere near Judgment Day. I don't even want Alexa to go up against Liv right at this particular moment. They can do their own thing on SmackDown. I like them, but I don't want them around Judgment Day right now. Barbie Girl says, why she keep talking about Liv Rhea? Did Rhea talk about Liv recently? I know she was talking about Liv and Nam in her promo, but did she talk about them recently, like after Monday? I haven't seen it. Let me go check the X real quick. I don't have. Oh, last week in Raw. Yeah, she did bring up. She brought up Dom. Oh, speaking of Dom, I really hate how he just got flown out. What was it? He went to Florida for that 2K 25 commercial, and it's just him getting attacked by Rhea. And I'm like, dang, he can't even escape Rhea's ass and like for the game. Like, see, that's that kind of stuff where it just gets annoying to me because like somebody said in that commercial, Dom wasn't even doing anything to Rhea. So it's like, come on, dudes. I hate that this unchecked like Dom can get attacked for no fucking reason. Like at least let the man do something. Taunt her, do something where it's prompted for this attack. Right now it's just Rhea just doing that, and that's another thing on this whole promo too. Like she had on Raw. Like I just don't like it. I mean, Liv gets to look nice in the commercial, and then here comes Dom taking a trash can to the head. The 97 said, I hope they start changing Rhea's character since she lost the title. She needs to hold change. Yeah, like I said, I've said this WrestleMania, they have to strip Rhea down to the brass tacks. And maybe they'll do that. Hopefully they do it. But her whole character needs to get stripped down to the brass tacks. Ricola said everything for Rhea. Yeah, pretty much. Like, what was it? Somebody saw there was like an achievement in 2K 25 that like Mommy's Revenge, like take out all the members of Judgment Day, and people were just like, why is she taking out all the members of Judgment Day? Like Mommy's Revenge. What? No, it's that kind of shit that just really gets annoying when it comes to Rhea. Barbie Girl said, "Why don't they send Rhea to SmackDown? Rhea should have went to SmackDown after Bad Blood. She could have went in a whole exchange, a whole title exchange, if she didn't have the title." See, Bricola says they give Rhea and Bucket at the Mania and win is gonna bury her. It looks like Kofi was saying Bianca was kind of grateful though, so that kind of cements the whole Bianca staying face thing. Um, Bob Girl said, "Did you see Priest wearing Rhea's shirt?" I wasn't really paying attention to Priest. I just know that I saw him get whooped up by Drew at the start, and then he came out and whooped Drew's ass after Drew beat Jimmy. And I don't really like how Jimmy lost there. Like, come on. Like, can't he get some momentum? Like, damn. Like, I think Jimmy's the better twin, and I would rather have Jimmy have his momentum, trying to get a title than Jay. But good grief. Like, why can't Jimmy get something started? 97 said, I thought they would keep Damien and Rhea together, honestly, as they are a team. They should have kept them together so Damien would always keep his heat and he wouldn't have to leech off of Dom. Maybe if they stuck together and away from Dom and Finn, maybe, Damien would still have his face presence and heat, and then Dom and Finn could be doing something else right now. Ricola says, I think after Mania they're gonna have to move Rhea or Liv to SmackDown, and I think it's gonna be Rhea. Liv still has too much of her advertisements on Raw right now, and Rhea still hasn't done anything. If y'all notice, I know don't put too much stock in all these advertisements, but it's just really interesting to how she never had that Raw um advertisement. So I think it's gonna be Rhea, and I think it needs to be Rhea. Excuse me, it's gotta be Rhea just to realign her character. Like SmackDown will give her a fresh start. I think that is it. Somebody's all talking about the Party Girls and how they disappeared. Like, yeah, what have they done? They're just traded to SmackDown and nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think these tag team titles are going to be not going to be defended at WrestleMania. But I'll talk about that tomorrow. I want to do some more. I want to do a longer, in depth thing for SmackDown. I mean, not SmackDown. I'm gonna do a more in depth thing for these sessions tomorrow. This was impromptu. I just really wanted to take my victory lap for calling the Naomi attacking Jade thing. And I wasn't really expecting to come online because I thought it was just gonna be like a little back and forth teaser, like uh they wouldn't have Naomi admitted just yet. And then maybe they do like a little scuffle between Bianca and Jade, but they went ahead and let Naomi admit it, so I had to come on here. But I will talk to you guys later. Um, I'll talk to you on Saturday. If something major goes down on Sunday, I'll talk to you on Sunday, and then I'll catch you again on Monday.